The Simpsons won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
Today's show is all about
The Last Starfighter.
Oh,
Pew,
baby.
pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
I'm the Last Starfighter.
You must fight Zor and the blah blah Armada, or whatever.
I don't remember what they're Kodan. The Kodan.
You must fight
The
Zor
Kodan.
and the Kodan Armada.
Zer. Zer. The most ineffectual military emperor ever.
Excuse me, Zer. Yeah, I mean, well,
They literally just drug him out. They were like, man, we're good with you.
well, he was in cahoots with
Yeah,
the Kodan Armada.
Kodan.
Kodan.
Yeah, the Kodan. Yeah,
They
the
did
weird
not like him.
devil guys. No, because he was a douchebag.
He was a super douche. It was like Niles Crane with a really bad bald spot.
Awful haircut.
Trying to rule the universe.
Poor Rylands. They were just so... The hair was awful.
Oh, God. They all looked like... Oh, there's a character actor that's bald like that. And they all look like him. It was just like, who picked that? Let's do a planet of male pattern baldness on everybody. Oh, my God. Okay, look.
Anyway.
Enough of this bullshit.
Starfighter.
The Last Starfighter is a lost Gen X classic to me.
I agree.
I think it's got a great story. I think it's got a great cast. It's a really fun little movie that's very small, but also big. Because it's, a lot of it takes place in the trailer park, which has, I would love to live there, man.
It
Your
was a
neighbors
nice trailer park.
Oh my God. Like when he's playing the video game.
Everyone's so supportive.
So supportive. He's just a nice guy fixing stuff. You know?
Like he wants to get out of there, but like he knows the trailer park needs him, and so he's there to help. You know, he's willing to put aside his personal fun to help other people.
Got his girl Mags.
Yeah,
oh Mags.
Oh, Mags.
But it's also very important in the fact that it's one of the first films to have so much computer animation.
Very extensive CG.
And actually all computer animated. You know, there's some scenes that are all computer animation. There's no matte paintings or any of that stuff. So, okay. Granted, we're talking 1984.
84, yep.
So we're at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
We were noticing that it's like...
It's not the greatest graphics in the world.
It's like a PS1, PS2 era, graphics. But I remember seeing the movie and thinking, wow, this is amazing. Also, good God, I wish I could play that video game.
Oh, it looks so cool.
I mean, it's, again, probably a PS2 era.
If even PS2.
But yeah, I mean, it was way beyond anything that we had then.
Oh, yeah.
And as a kid who loved video games, who loved space, it was such a wish fulfillment fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, you're just this kid stuck in nowhere. I was also a kid that was looking to escape a lot.
Yeah, of course.
My situation. So the thought of being plucked out of obscurity, taken to space to go save the world is amazing. Also, I think that the way that they approached it was very different than most movies because you have the kid getting recruited by
Centauri.
By Centauri. Oh, my boy.
Yeah.
And he gets up there and he's like, no thanks.
Yeah. He's like, this is weird.
I don't want to do this.
I'm going to pass.
And it's so kind of realistic.
Yeah.
Because, you think, oh, yeah, man, I would go up there. But when you get to the reality that I could get blown up, and I've just been playing a video game.
Accidentally step on a dude's tentacle toe, and then he wants to murder me. I think I'm going to go back to my trailer park.
So it made sense that he went back. And there's a lot that I forgot about this movie because I haven't seen it in a really long time.
Yeah, same.
I watched it a lot as a kid. I mentioned,
it was on all the time.
I mentioned that during PE in my horrible public school, they would show that on rainy days.
Yeah.
And so, instead of playing dodgeball sometimes, we just watched the Last Starfighter. And I think that was the only tape they had. But it is so well done. And the motivations work really well. He doesn't want to do it. It makes sense that Centauri comes back because he's got to pick up the robot.
Yeah.
The beta.
The beta unit, yeah.
And then he realizes that as long as he's home, everybody's in danger, so he has to go do the right thing.
Yeah, he knows that at the end of the day, if he doesn't help stop this evil force, eventually everyone he knows and loves will be dead.
Yes, and another thing that I love about it is that you think, oh, well, he's going to go up, he's going to do starfighter training, there's going to be montages of him getting... No! They blow everybody up.
Everybody's dead.
It is called The Last Starfighter.
Well, except they're not dead because the Emperor Dad guy is still alive at the end, which is very weird.
Some of them escaped, I guess. They had pods.
It was just odd. It was like, no, he made it. Okay.
But it was called The Last Starfighter for a reason, because he was the last Starfighter. Dan O'Herlihy as Grigg is so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm kind of convinced that Alan Tudyk kind of ate a lot of his performances.
I think he was definitely a big influence. Yeah.
Grigg head. Because...
Yeah, oh yeah.
The facial stuff and, a lot of the alien stuff from Resident Alien looks a lot like...
It's really funny because it's like the total wish fulfillment of like, oh, I'm going to go meet an alien and he's going to be a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's going to welcome me in and treat me like an equal.
I'm going to go to space. I'm going to become best buds with an alien.
Yeah.
We're going to save the effing universe.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back, I'm going to grab my girl, and go back, make sure the universe is safe.
And then apparently Grigg is gonna have a one-night stand with an old lady. It was so weird and creepy.
All the old ladies were really hot for Grigg.
Look at you, little alien man.
So I'm going down in that old space bulge. Anyway,
Grigg is married. He should not be fooling.
He's married to himself, apparently.
Yeah.
But I love this movie as a kid because I know that people say that it's derivative or whatever, but I don't agree with that. I think that it's a tired story, sure, but I think it's told in a way that was pretty unique, and they zagged when other people zigged, and I'm baffled that Lance Guest and Catherine Mary Stewart and even Norman Snow as Zor that were not bigger actors.
I agree.
Especially Lance Guest, because he does. In the script, somebody refers to him as kind of a Jimmy Stewart type, and that definitely fits. I mean, the guy has charm and depth, and I think he just went bald too early.
That's very possible. It is weird because and this movie does show a really good range for him.
Yes.
Between playing the beta unit and being the lost in space kid, like the overwhelmed, fish out of water kind of thing. Like he does a really, really good job.
Really good job. And Catherine Mary Stewart was just such the perfect girl next door.
She is the girl you wanted to be dating.
I fell in love with her, man. I mean, between this and Night of the Comet, listen to our Night of the Comet show, and the other crappy movies that she was relegated to. Not that those were crappy, but she just didn't...
She just didn't have the career that I mean, and granted, she's been working. I mean, she's been working pretty well, but, like, she was much better than her career makes it look.
Oh, my God, so much better. I'm going to tell this story. I don't know if I've told it before, but I used to run a casting suite.
Yes, you have.
And but it's probably been years. I used to run this casting suite, and people would come in, and I would tape and read with them for auditions. And I would get, quote-unquote stars sometimes. Urkel came in once, and...
Jaleel White.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sure he loved it when you called him Urkel.
Hey, Urks. He was actually pretty nice. But Catherine Mary Stewart came in, and I was starstruck because my literal crush walked in the door. And so we had to do this scene where we're married, and our son comes out as gay, and I'm really not cool with it. And my character, I'd be fine with it. And it was this meaty scene, and I got to do it with her, and it was like, it was amazing. And she thanked me, and I don't know if she got the part or not, but it was such a surreal experience to be filming and acting opposite one of my greatest youthful crushes, and she was still just as gorgeous and just as talented, and it was really fun to see her and know that she was actually doing stuff.
I think it's indicative of how crappy Hollywood is that Catherine Mary Stewart had to go into a casting suite.
Oh, my God.
And why she couldn't just get parts.
It's so effed up now that... And so many of these actors were aghast, They were embarrassed, or they felt like... put upon, and which made it kind of difficult sometimes. So a lot of the casting session would be like calming them down and being like, "Hey, let's just prove them wrong."
Right.
But you're absolutely right. What a horrible industry this is.
You
have to go. not only drive, but pay to put it on tape. Pay to have it. I mean, it's all being an actor costs so much money.
Oh yeah,
trying to be an actor costs so much money that it's just not worth it.
And even being a successful actor, they still are like, well, you got to send us an audition tape.
Well, yeah, because
it's like,
now
okay, well, look at my movies,
right? But
like what?
Well, we don't care about you. What's your social media footprint? How many followers do you have? What do you bring to the table? Yeah. I bring my talent to the table.
Well,
it's your job.
I'm so glad that this movie came out when none of that was a thing.
Thank you. Yes, but just to reiterate, she was a lovely, awesome person, and it was like a dream come true. And Robert Preston, man, I had such a talent crush on that dude.
Yeah,
Robert Preston is a very unique individual because a lot of times actors that come from the theater to film, it's a detriment. It's a liability.
Yeah, yeah.
But for him, I believe his theater background made his performances even better because he used that theatricality in a way that enhanced the movie experience rather than taking away. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Because a lot of theater actors, But it was just, my boy. He was
the most seasoned, the most incredible actor. I mean, period. Like he made it look so easy.
He's like we talked about with Ben Johnson too. He's that kind of actor that makes you feel like everything's going to be okay. You know, he's that guy that has the energy of positivity, and you want to watch him, and you want to be around him. He just seems like one of those gregarious guys that have that magnetic personality.
He just seems so easy to talk to. Yes. Just so easy to be around.
And from what your research, he was a really great guy to be around in real life. Yeah. But what a great cast. What a fun movie. So much fun to watch it again after all these years. But let's get into it, or I'll talk about it all day.
All right, take yourself back to 1984.
Yeah.
June 19th, 17-year-old Ricky Casso murders Gary Lauwers in Northport, New York, contributing to the Satanic Panic Association of Heavy Metal Music and Satanism.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that Satanic Panic was crazy.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how stuff can get so crazy today, do a little research. Do some research.
Yeah.
Look back at the 1980 Satanic Panic and how people lost their effing minds.
Yeah. It was only because he listened to heavy metal music that they were like, he obviously is a Satanist.
Yes. Or if they played Dungeons & Dragons or video, anything, comic books, anything that was against the church or whatever.
Anything that was fun for a child? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's always been that way, but it's so bizarre, this whole Satanism thing. People were convinced that there were just cabals of Satanists snatching up babies and children and eating them and cutting them up and sacrificing them.
Yeah.
Just wasn't happening.
No, it wasn't.
Or maybe it was.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, it wasn't.
July 1st, Liechtenstein becomes the last country in Europe to grant women the right to vote.
We did this before, right?
Probably.
Because I remember being so shocked that in the 80s, there was still a country that didn't allow women to vote.
Yeah, well, I mean, Liechtenstein, I think it has like 40 people that live there.
That's where Frankenstein's from, right? Liechtenstein?
No. Sometime in the beginning of July, Space Ace, the second Laserdisc video game from the makers of Dragon's Lair, is released in Japan after a North American release in April.
Nice. I didn't like Space Ace as much as Dragon's Lair. It was so much fun to watch a guy that knew how to play Dragon's Lair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bonk, bonk. It was really... like, today, if you were to play it, you'd probably just get right through it because it's got those little indicators.
Yeah. It's funny. I liked Space Ace more, but I was more of a sci-fi guy than I was a fantasy guy. But I just randomly, my YouTube algorithm yesterday popped up a full playthrough of Space Ace. And it was less than 10 minutes long.
Yeah, same thing with Dragon's Lair. It's like 15 minutes for the entire
what?
thing.
It's like somebody just buzzing through it. And I was like, how was this an arcade game?
Well, because it was impossible.
Yeah, I know.
It was
really hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard. July 13th, The Last Starfighter is released in theaters. So The Last Starfighter starts with Jonathan Batul.
Yeah, it does.
Batul had a novel published in 1976 at the age of 21 called The Dog Fighter.
That's pretty young.
It was, and I looked it up, and man, The Dogfighter was one of the most gruesome, bloody novels that I had ever perused. It was really weird.
Sounds like something a 21-year-old would write.
Yeah. While working as a cabbie in New York and attending NYU Film School, Batul wandered into an arcade and watched a kid playing a video game.
I just wandered into an arcade. It's such a stupid story. I have to ask you, though, what was the Dogfighter about? Was it about a...
Dogs fighting.
Really?
It was a lot of very much dog violence.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It wasn't about... Okay.
Yeah, that's why it was gruesome and I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
At the time, Batul was reading The Once and Future King by T.H. White, and he wondered if a video game could be a metaphorical sword in the stone with a kid getting a high score, which would cause changes across the universe.
Great idea.
Yeah.
And even Centauri's like, they're like, hey, did you try your Excalibur scam again?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, no.
He worked it in. Oh, yeah. You know how long it took me to get those arcade machines everywhere? Yeah. It was supposed to go to Vegas.
Oh, that was great.
Batul will go on to direct the next film he wrote, My Science Project, released in 1985, starring John Stockwell, Fisher Stevens, Richard Mazer, Barry Corbin, and Dennis Hopper. Do you remember My Science Project?
I actually do, and I remember liking it, and I think it was about a kid that made like a nuclear...
I don't remember. I downloaded it. It's on the Internet Archive.
Oh,
cool. It's available. But,
I'd love to see it again. I remember liking it.
It was a dismal box office failure. Did not do well at all.
Got my money.
Batul would end up producing Freddy's Nightmares in 1988, which ran for 44 episodes over 2 seasons.
Yeah. That was another one of those weird anthology series.
Yeah. 9 of the 44 episodes involved Freddy Krueger, actually had him in, but otherwise he just introduced the story and then closed it out at the end. Yeah.
Your pal Freddy here.
He's actually Robert Englund's getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Halloween.
On Halloween, I saw that. It's about time.
Batul would also direct one of the episodes in Freddy's Nightmares.
They had those weird shows. They had Freddy's Nightmares, which really didn't have much to do with Freddy, and then they had Friday the 13th series
which
that had nothing to do.
Absolutely nothing to do
with Friday the 13th.
It was just throwing a name on a show.
Yeah. It's just like cash cow.
Yeah. I think Freddy's Nightmares was more along the lines of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Which at this point had been running for quite a while. So I think they were just trying to cash in on that.
There were so many. Remember Monsters? That was such a great show. Monsters with the opening. It's the family of monsters going to watch TV.
I don't remember that. God. Wait, actually, no, that sounds kind of familiar. Yeah.
There was just a slew of these great horror anthology series back in the 80s and 90s. We don't get any of them anymore.
No. Batul's career would culminate in writing and directing Theodore Rex, released in 1996, starring Whoopi Goldberg as a cop that gets a new partner, a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
One of the greatest movies ever made, nominated for, I think, 16 Oscars.
Yeah.
One of the records.
And 45 Razzies. Yeah. Yeah.
Who? What?
I know.
Nobody knew what to do with Whoopi Goldberg after The Color Purple.
No.
They didn't. And B, these high-concept, cocaine-fueled movie ideas that came out in the 80s are gold.
So weird. So
great. And so many weird dinosaur movies.
Yeah.
One with what's the one with that's in that High on Life game where the kid turns into a...
Tammy the T-Rex.
Tammy and the T-Rex. But the kid that turns into the T-Rex.
Right.
His girlfriend's like, I don't know, I'm still dating you.
So many weird, awful movies. Even though Theodore Rex was supposed to be released in the theaters, it was released straight to video and is widely considered one of the worst movies ever made.
Poor Whoopi.
Yeah.
I love Whoopi.
Bad. And that was in the mid-90s. At this point, she should have been over, the badness.
Well, there was the one that we were talking about the other day, the chairman of the board, or
the associate.
Where she
pretends to be an old white man.
Put her in old white face.
Yeah.
And then, and then there's Made in America with her and Ted Danson. That was a pretty good one.
For every bad movie she had a good movie.
Yeah.
Ghost. Even Sister Act was fun.
That was fun. Jumpin' Jack Flash.
But this is the thing, is that Theodore Rex is after she got nominated for an Oscar. You don't have to do these movies. In the late 80s, Batul started a VFX company called Luma Pictures that has most recently worked on Spider-Man No Way Home, The Tomorrow War, The Acolyte, and Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, really, honestly, looking at their, if you go to the website, looking at their reel, it's really impressive.
Nice.
But it's been around for 30 or 40 years now. Yeah. Nick Castle was hired to direct The Last Starfighter. Castle went to school at USC with John Carpenter, working with him on his first feature, Dark Star, in 1974, the sci-fi comedy.
We have to cover that.
Yeah, I have tried watching it. I could not get through it.
Yeah.
It's super weird. Castle would be hired by Carpenter to play Michael Myers in Halloween. It's the biggest acting stretch ever.
Yeah.
I need you to just stand there.
Holding a knife.
I'm pretty sure he was cast because he was tall.
Yep. Big guy, tall guy, fit the mask.
He didn't play them for all the movies in between 1978 and 2018. They would sometimes use his breathing, but like he was never in the movies.
Oh.
Until he reprised the role for David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy that started in 2018, continuing with Halloween Kills in 2021, and then finishing with Halloween Ends in 2022.
He must have been pretty old.
He's 78. So he was in his 70s when he was doing it.
That's why Michael Myers is shuffling his gait.
It's fine. He walks slow anyway.
Yeah. He was not going to catch us. Hey, he tried to stab me. He couldn't even get the knife in. Say something about Metamucil. Backed up.
Castle would write Skate Town, USA, released in 1979, trying to cash in on the short-lived fad of roller disco.
It is a fun, awful movie to watch.
He would write Prey TV in 1980 about a failing UHF station that rebrands itself as a Christian TV station.
That could be funny.
Very similar to like UHF, the Weird Al UHF. Castle would re-team with Carpenter in 1981, co-writing Escape from New York.
I love that movie so much.
I had no idea that he did this. Nick Castle is one of those people that I think he's a pretty good director. I don't think he's always on, but like his work has always been very interesting.
Sure.
I mean, between his writing and his directing, like I'm like, how do I not know who this guy is?
Snake Plissken is such a cool sounding name.
Snake Plissken.
It sounds serpentine. Snake Plissken.
Castle's directing debut came with Tag, the assassination game, released in 1982, starring Robert Carradine and Linda Hamilton in her first starring role.
Okay.
Do you remember Tag, the assassination game?
I kind of do.
It was about a bunch of college students that they would use, like, darts.
Yeah.
And then there's one guy that has never been, quote-unquote, killed. And then eventually he gets killed by somebody, and he freaks out and gets a gun and shoots him for real, and then goes on a huge murder spree.
There were a lot of those weird movies, because there was the one with Anthony Edwards, too.
Yeah.
Where he was doing the shut game, and then he goes to Europe and falls in love with Linda Fiorentino.
Oh.
Gotcha, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, actually, now that you say that.
Gotcha.
But I like Tag, the assassination game. I've never seen it, but it sounds very similar to like Falling Down, where someone just cracks and is like, I'm going to go crazy.
That'd be a good double feature. Gotcha and the assassination game.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it. Is it available anywhere?
I don't know.
I
didn't look that deep into it. I don't know.
Well, sometimes you do deep dives. Yeah. I can't guess what you do all the time.
He would write and direct The Boy Who Could Fly in 1986, starring Jay Underwood and Bonnie Bedelia. He would also write and direct Tap in 1989, starring Gregory Hines and Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay. I don't remember that movie very much.
I know I've seen it. I do remember thinking, wow, they both can tap dance really well.
Oh, it's about tap dancing.
Yeah.
It's not about beer.
No, they don't tap the beer in the movie.
But they owned a bar.
I mean, maybe Gregory Hines does. Nope.
Hines 57?
Yeah, okay. Castle helped develop Hook after Spielberg abandoned the project in the mid-'80s. Castle was going to direct the film, but after fleshing out the story, Spielberg became interested again and took over directing duties.
What a dick.
Oh. I did do a deep dive on this.
Really?
And I know we'll cover Hook at some point.
Yeah. Really?
But man, it does. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Spielberg does not come off well in the story of how that movie was made.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of Hook, but that's just such a dick move. When somebody does all the work and they're like, okay, now I fix the story and I get to direct it, and he's like, nah, I'm swooping.
All he got was a story by credit. Like, it was, yeah.
Well, that's the thing, too. It's like, Spielberg's an odd duck, man, because, like, with Janusz Kaminski, he's won a couple of Academy Awards, but from my understanding, the cinematographers for Spielberg are in name only. He does all the lighting himself. So it's just basically, you come work for me, sit on your ass and do nothing, and you'll probably get an Academy Award.
Hey, yeah, all right.
Because when I worked with Janusz Kaminski, he was not Academy Award ready.
The 90s were a mixed bag for Castle, directing Dennis the Menace in 1993, starring Walter Matthau, which, despite being lambasted by critics, would make $117 million at the box office.
We were clamoring for a good adaptation of Dennis. It's so weird, man.
It's such a bad movie.
The kid, Mason Gamble?
I think it's Mason Gamble. That sounds right.
He was so good in Rushmore.
Oh, yeah.
It was an inoffensive movie. Walter Matthau. Hey, Dennis, you're a menace. And, you know, but it was what it was. It was at the time we were getting like the Little Rascals movies.
Yeah, I know. They were trying as hard as they could to pick up anything, any original or pre-made IP, and they could try to sell it.
Just trying to get on our nostalgia strings as kids watching those shows. But you got to make something good.
He would also direct Major Payne in 1995, starring Damon Wayans, getting 3 out of 4 stars from Roger Ebert.
I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
The performance by Damon Wayans is so repellent. The voice, everything about that character is just... I love Damon Wayans, but he is really good at not being good.
Yeah.
Or being unlikable.
It's really funny because that was a remake of a John Wayne movie.
Oh, really?
From the 50s. And I'm pretty sure that Damon Wayans is playing the John Wayne part.
Well, I'll tell you,
but it was from like 57 or something.
Yeah.
But I think he's essentially like trying to whip these guys into shape or whatever.
Well, it's kids. He's working at like he's an ex-military drill sergeant who gets a job at a fat camp or something. It's something ridiculous, and then he just yells at kids for 2 hours.
I don't know if the original John Wayne movie had kids in it or not.
I don't think so.
I mean, I find it hard to believe, but he'd just be a lot of kicking. He'd be kicking a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw you in the river to teach you how to swim.
He would also direct, and this is my absolute favorite, Mr. Wrong in 1996, starring Ellen DeGeneres and Bill Pullman. That was so bad, Ellen DeGeneres never starred in another film.
Ellen DeGeneres and Bill Pullman had negative energy.
Oh my God, it was amazing how they sucked the energy out of They were like 2 energy vampires.
The 3 people that saw that movie were like, oh yeah, she's gay. Even before she came out.
Of course. Of course.
It was so
Zero
ridiculous.
Chemistry. It was
so ridiculous.
Such a bad movie.
I did like the Ellen DeGeneres sitcom. Ellen. Yeah. That's like the last time I kind of liked her.
Yeah,
I liked her stand-up too. I thought she was really talented. She turned into a horrible person.
An awful person. Yeah.
It happens.
I know. So Lance Guest was cast as Alex Rogan / Beta, the Beta unit. Guest became interested in acting while in high school and attended UCLA, majoring in theater.
I have a theory really quick. Mm-hmm. I think the actors that actually study acting don't go on to get a very big career, but the actors who fail at sports, they get the big careers.
That only applies to Americans.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that there's some sort of innate drive of an athlete that has them success more as an actor.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I'm really talking out my ass. It started out as a joke, but now I'm starting to think that maybe it's the truth.
I mean, I can see. I mean, we live in a very capitalistic, competitive society.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the idea of capitalism, is that you're always competing with someone to make more money.
And people who are artists I'm not a super competitive guy, and especially when it comes to art, I just want to make art. I'm not looking to be the number one guy at every beat.
Right.
You know, I just want a career, and I think most artists are that way. But I think if you start out as an athlete, where your entire life is win, beat the other guy, I don't know. That's why The Rock is so popular.
This is why we need more billionaires to sponsor artists, where you don't have to worry about people making money. You just say, here's $50,000, live for the year, make your art. Thanks.
Well, we need some good billionaires for that to happen.
Yeah, that's not happening. In 1981, Guest exploded in Hollywood, appearing in 4 projects, guest starring in an episode of Dallas.
Nice.
He appeared in the Why Us, a TV short that I could not find any information on.
Okay.
I don't know what it was about.
Sounds like that John Cusack thing. Why does it always happen to me?
Yeah. Please Don't Hit Me, Mom, a TV movie starring Patty Duke, Nancy McKeon, and Sean Astin, with guests playing Patty Duke's kid.
I remember that movie.
Yeah, Nancy McKeon is the babysitter and suspects that Patty Duke is abusing
Sean Astin.
It's Alex Rogan. He plays the son.
Oh.
Yeah, Sean Astin's the neighbor. But she suspects it, and it was a big part for Alex Rogan. I mean, like, it was playing Patty Duke. And,
well, Patty Duke was a big actor back then.
Patty Duke, man, I could just see her being evil.
She was. There's clips on it. I've watched a couple of clips.
I'm sure it's on YouTube. I mean, plus the title. Please don't hit me, Mom.
Well, it's what it advertised.
And perhaps his biggest project up to that date, Halloween 2 with Jamie Lee Curtis, guest feature film debut.
I forget he's in that.
I know, I did too. I have not seen Halloween 2 in a very long time.
Neither do I. I just remember the opening and all the parts in the hospital. I remember the doctor and the nurse. Get it on.
Isn't the investigator guy in it? That's all I really remember.
Loomis?
From the first movie? Yeah, that's all I really remember.
I don't know if it's the whole movie, but for a lot of the movie, Michael Myers is just kind of shuffling around a hospital, killing people.
Back, yeah.
It's the horniest hospital in the world, too, because everybody's just banging.
Great. Halloween 2 led to Guest being cast in The Last Starfighter when Nick Castle, hanging out with Carpenter during editing sessions, was taken by Guest, thinking him a modern James Stewart, Henry Fonda, or Gary Cooper.
I get it. He's got that vibe to him.
Guest, unfortunately, would not have another lead role until 1987, starring in Jaws: The Revenge, playing Mike Brody, the eldest son of Chief Martin Brody.
Yeah, he should have skipped that one. That's with Michael Caine.
I did not realize that Jaws: The Revenge is essentially a direct sequel to Jaws 2, and it completely ignores the third movie.
Right.
Because somebody else plays Mike Brody in the third movie, and he has a completely different career.
Oh, yeah. Well, in the third movie, Dennis Quaid is one of the sons. I don't know if he plays that son.
Oh.
And then there's another guy's a son, and I think one of the guys dies. But in Jaws 4: The Revenge, one of the sons just got killed, or he gets killed at the opening.
Yeah.
And then they go to get revenge on the shark, or the shark.
Well,
she's fed up.
The shark wants revenge, and I think they want revenge. There's a lot of revenge going around.
I don't know. It's Marvin Van Peebles with a horrible Jamaican accent, and Michael Caine just limping his way through.
Hey, I got to go to Barbados for a week.
I'm not going to use any emotion on this.
No. Guest could never quite grab the success of The Last Starfighter, appearing in B-grade features. He did find some success in TV, appearing in 13 episodes of Knots Landing in 1991, 7 episodes of Life Goes On in 1992.
Okay.
As well as
The X-Files, The Wonder Years, Party of Five, Becker, Jag, NYPD Blue, House, and Jericho.
In 2010, Guest played Johnny Cash on and off Broadway in the play $1 Million Quartet, about the only time that Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, and Elvis Presley recorded music together.
Cool.
He most recently appeared in Altered Perceptions in 2023, a feature with the logline,
"In a rip from the headlines post-apocalyptic world, an intergalactic prophet attempts to warn humans about the present and their impending doom."
Okay, so number one, you can't use rip from the headlines and post-apocalyptic world in the same sentence.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
Because we're not in a post-apocalyptic world, Adam.
I'm sorry, was it ripped from the headlines when the intergalactic prophet came back?
Well,
Did that happen?
it might have been ripped from, like, the Scientology headlines. I don't know.
And isn't he's warning humans about the present and impending doom? That's literally just ripping off the Klaatu Barada Nikto movie.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, it's like, come on. I'm sorry, I don't know this movie, and I'm really sad that Lance Guest is in it, because I hate this movie. I hate this movie with a passion.
Well, you hate the logline, let's be honest.
I hate this movie.
Okay.
You can't just throw marketing words around and expect people to buy it.
Ripped from the headlines.
Ripped from the headlines, post-apocalyptic world, because that's where we're at right now.
All right, well, let's fire the guy who wrote that.
Sorry. That just annoyed me to no end.
I feel you, man.
I spent like half an hour trying to logic it out yesterday.
There is no, that was a wasted half hour.
It was.
Never get that back.
No.
No wonder you're so mad.
Robert Preston was cast as Centauri.
Oh, yes, my boy, boy, get in the car, my boy.
I really like to talk about himself in the third person.
Yes, Centauri likes to have money. Oh, I want my money. Give me my money. Oh, boy, my boy, my boy.
So good. Preston made his screen debut in 1938 in the crime dramas King of Alcatraz and Illegal Traffic under his given name, Robert Meservey.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Paramount, who contracted him when a studio attorney saw him perform at the Pasadena Playhouse, promptly made him drop his last name.
You lose that Meservey name. Give me something, I don't know, something pressing. Preston.
Well, his middle name was Preston. It was Robert Preston Meservey.
It's Preston Sturgis.
Yeah. Preston appeared in 33 features before appearing in The Music Man in 1962, his most famous role.
Yeah.
Preston originated the role of Professor Harold Hill in the Broadway musical production of The Music Man in 1957. He won a Tony for the part and appeared on the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah, he was that part.
Yeah.
I mean, he was perfect for it. He was designed in the lab to play that.
Yeah.
And it made him a huge star. And again, he's just has that gravitation around him that pulls you towards him.
Yeah. Yeah. Screenwriter Jonathan Betul actually wrote the part of Centauri with Robert Preston from The Music Man in mind.
Really lucky he got him.
He liked to call him a space-age flim-flam man. Flim-flam man.
He is a flim-flam man.
Yeah, the space-age flim-flam man. Jesus, I can't even say it. Flim-flam, yeah. That same year, 1962, Preston appeared in the epic western How the West Was Won, I think with most of Hollywood.
Yes.
Almost everybody was in it.
Yes.
It was also like 14 hours long, so you know. Preston would appear in Victor Victoria in 1982 with Julie Andrews and James Garner.
I love that movie so much. It's a Robert Blake movie. They made it into a musical.
Yes.
It's sort of a musical because there's musical numbers in it. But he plays, I believe, a cross-dressing performer who's best friends with...
Julie Andrews?
His best friend is Julie Andrews, who's a cross-dressing performer. She's playing a man.
Right.
And then falls in love with... It's such a great movie. And it's to see James Garner caught up in a weird sexual farce where he's maybe in love with a man is really
interesting.
Good. It is such a fun, interesting movie, and Robert Preston is heartbreakingly good in it.
He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, but lost to Louis Gossett Jr. for An Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah, that was close, man. I mean...
Yeah, that's tough. Both of those are amazing performances. Yeah. Everyone on set loved the veteran actor, Robert Preston, and said what an amazing experience it was working with him, but they all thought he was much older than his actual age of 64.
Oh, it ain't the years, baby. It's the mileage.
It was, he apparently had been a very heavy smoker for many, many years.
Yeah.
And it just does a number on you. The Last Starfighter would prove to be his final film. He appeared in some TV parts, with his final role being in the 1986 CBS TV film Outrage, playing a father who wants to get justice for his daughter who was raped and murdered.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Another one of those TV movies with the exclamation point, fire, outrage! Yeah. Sadly, on March 21st, 1987, at the age of 68, Preston died of lung cancer.
Oh, I was so bummed.
Yeah.
I was so bummed. He was so young.
You know what's really, really weird is that I'm pretty sure the guy who and we'll get to him, but the guy who plays the Emperor Dad guy of the Rylands, pretty sure he was younger than Robert Preston in this movie. Dan O'Herlihy was cast as Greg.
Ooh, Greg.
Not
Greg, but Greg.
No, Greg. O'Herlihy made his film debut in 1947 in Carol Reed's Odd Man Out, which was shot on location in Belfast in his home country of Ireland.
Oh, that sounds great. He was playing a little leprechaun.
Had no idea he was Irish.
Neither did I.
Yeah. I mean, the name obviously is very Irish, but I just assumed he was from Boston or something.
Yeah, he was Jewish.
Yeah. His first American film role came the following year as Macduff in Orson Welles' version of Macbeth.
Not too shabby.
Which is an amazing adaptation of Macbeth.
Oh, yeah. Well, Orson Welles is a genius, man. Yeah. Especially when it comes to theater.
O'Herlihy could thank his role in Macbeth for gaining him an opportunity for an Oscar. In 1954, he played the title role in Louis Buñuel's Robinson Crusoe, which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor.
I have a weird affection for Robinson Crusoe. I love that story. I don't know why, but there's something about that story and My Man Friday and just the, creating your own world. It's got this... There's something about that kind of story that just grabs me. And
it's very accessible fantasy. And it's that's what I love about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. O'Herlihy recalled that the producers of the film wanted Buñuel to use Orson Welles for the title role, with Buñuel refusing, saying he was too big and too fat.
It's too big and too damn fat.
Which, to be honest, was true.
Well, yes.
They arranged a screening of Welles's Macbeth to show how a bearded Welles would look, but O'Herlihy's performance as Macduff convinced Buñuel to cast O'Herlihy instead.
Oh.
Unfortunately, O'Herlihy would not win the Best Actor Oscar, losing to Marlon Brando for On the Waterfront.
All right.
Which I know, again, is such good performances, so it's hard. Yeah. O'Herlihy has had a very long career appearing in films and TV shows. His later work included Halloween 3, Season of the Witch in 1983.
We are definitely covering that movie soon.
To me, honestly, the best Halloween movie.
Yes!
I mean, after the first one.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He was also in RoboCop in 1987, playing the old man, the CEO of OCP.
Yes, it just blows my mind.
Totally cannot believe that it's the same guy.
No, Greg is such a ebullient performance.
Yeah,
I mean, he is such a fun...
He's so good. He just had so much fun with it.
Yes, it's so much positive energy. He's just a ball of we can do it. There was never a time where Greg is like, oh, we're going to lose. He was just so positive, and we could do it.
It was funny. He also reprised the role of the old man in RoboCop 2 in 1990.
I'd buy that for
$1. When Robert Preston and Dan O'Hurley met on set, O'Hurley was wearing the full Grig costume, and he goes, "Well, of course I recognize you. You've got one of those faces."
Preston said that.
He said that to him because he looked like Grig. He was just, making a joke.
That's hilarious.
But it was great. He was just like, it seemed like they made the set very fun.
Nice. Well, that's what's great. You can tell, even if a movie isn't the best movie in the world, you can tell if the cast is having a good time. Then you're going to have a good time.
Exactly.
That sometimes it transcends the project, but this, I think, also good story, good cast. I think it has a lot of stuff going for it.
In the Last Starfighter, O'Hurley also played Grig's wife in the Grig's family photo. They just threw a dress on him.
Yeah, she did not look happy.
No. The prosthetics that he had to wear were severely limiting, and he had to exaggerate his facial movements to achieve any sort of emotion through them.
Oh yeah, that's why he's always.
I think that's why he's always. Yeah. It's just to make sure he thinks it's funny.
Yeah, it's scrunching up his neck.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's maybe that's why prosthetic acting is so exaggerated, because people are just like, "Brr," especially back then, because the technology, you really had to exaggerate your mouth.
Yeah, it was not like the fine stuff we have today.
Right, and they were using spirit gum and stuff. They didn't have the same adhesive. It probably came undone a lot.
Yeah. Ooh. His final role was in the 1998 TV movie The Rat Pack, playing Joe Kennedy.
Interesting.
Sadly, he died of natural causes in Malibu in 2005 at the age of 85.
Oh, okay.
But he has such a good career. Anything you watch him in, he's amazing.
Yes.
He's so good. He's one of my favorites.
And same with Robert Preston.
Both of them. You will leave the movie being happier than when you came in.
Yeah, and they're two guys whose picture could be next to the word actor.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just consummate actors.
Yeah. Catherine Mary Stewart was cast as Maggie Gordon.
Woohoo!
Mags.
Hey, Mags.
Hey, Mags.
What you doing, Mags?
Stewart, born Catherine Nursall, was born in Canada, but moved to London to study dance after high school. While there, she auditioned for The Apple, released in 1980, which ended up being her feature film debut and her first lead. The Apple is a science fiction musical set in the year 1994.
Ooh, near future.
Oh.
She was a sci-fi lady.
She was. While shooting, the director, Menahem Golan, co-owner of the Cannon Group, which made a ton of movies in the 80s.
Ton of bad movies.
Very bad movies.
I think we can thank them for the giant success of Chuck Norris.
We can thank them for the success of Terminator, because they released Terminator.
Yeah, so good and bad.
They actually Menahem Golan demanded she change her last name, so she changed it to her mother's maiden name, which was Stewart.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, Catherine Nursall is a little weird. Catherine Mary Stewart definitely flows off the tongue better.
Yeah, sounds like a nun.
Yeah, exactly. Catherine Mary Stewart.
Oh, you get in here, Catherine Mary Stewart. You get your skirt is too high. Get down to below your knees, Catherine. I'll get the ruler out for you, Knuckles.
She then scored a part in Nighthawks, released in 1981, starring Sylvester Stallone and Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, it's going after a killer. It was a good movie.
Don't know what this movie's about.
Oh, it was great. Billy D. Williams, Sylvester Stallone, a couple of cops, and they're going, I think it's a serial killer or something. It's going after him. And she's maybe a victim or something. I don't remember too much.
Shortly after she was cast in The Beach Girls, released in 1982, it seems that the movie tried to cash in on her rising stardom, as she's featured on the poster, but doesn't even have a character name, is just listed as the Surfer Girl.
Okay.
Yeah. She's also listed like 40th, so it's like, okay. She then scored a role on Days of Our Lives and acted in 150 episodes over the course of 1 year.
Good God. Soap operas are basically like welfare for actors.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just get on there and work.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to train, because you got to go every single day. You got tons of lines, and there's
best
no
way to
around.
Keep that muscle going is just to do it every day.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. In 1984, along with The Last Starfighter, she was also in Night of the Comet, the cult classic film about high school girls during the end of the world.
Love that movie.
Such a good movie.
Listen to our Night of the Comet show.
Yeah. Unfortunately, none of Stewart's films really took off. Some of those include Dudes in 1987, directed by Penelope Spheris, starring John Cryer, Daniel Roebuck, and Lee Ving.
I kind of remember that.
It looks not good. Night Flyers, also in 1987, the science fiction horror film based on a George R.R. Martin novella.
Kind of remember that.
Which I want to say I think was remade into a show recently.
I don't know.
Scenes from the Gold Mine, again in 1987. Stewart is the lead, but is largely forgotten.
I have no idea. I've never heard of that.
She was also in World Gone Wild in 1988, starring Bruce Dern, a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland tale set in 2087, ripped straight from the headlines.
Ripped from the headlines. Man, she loves her post-apocalyptic stuff. She's like post-apocalyptic Patty.
Yeah. She was also in Riding the Edge in 1989, adventure tale about a motocross star trying to save his scientist father from Middle Eastern terrorists.
Just like they do. That same old story.
She played an FBI agent that tagged along with him. They were literally like, oh, the motocross guy, he has to deliver us the money or whatever. And it was like the whole thing just sounded ridiculous.
Convoluted, maybe?
Yeah, a little convoluted. Also in 1989, Stewart would have a hit with Weekend at Bernie's, starring Andrew McCarthy, Jonathan Silverman, and Terry Kaiser.
Totally forgot she was in that.
Yeah, she was definitely not in the sequel, so...
Those movies are so stupid.
They're so bad.
They're so stupid.
They're dumb fun.
Yes.
But
especially the second one is awful.
Second one's bad.
And the poor actor who played Bernie got so
Terry
effed
Kaiser.
up.
Yeah.
So effed up playing that part.
It was not.
His whole body just broke.
It was a good concept for one movie. It's like the movie Mannequin. Yeah. Okay, great concept for one movie. 2 is stretching it too far.
Well, that was the rule back in the 80s. You had to make a horrible sequel to a sort of okay movie all the time.
Stewart did have better luck on TV, appearing in over 25 TV movies and 2 miniseries. She most recently can be seen as a guest star on Law & Order. That was in 2023. She hasn't done anything since.
Look, I really believe she was robbed. She should have been... I mean, she could have had the career of Meg Ryan. She could have had the career of... Well, maybe not Demi Moore. They're different people, but she's definitely
a Meg Ryan type, and she could have been in these romantic comedies and stuff.
Of course, she's so likable. I think that there was this is going to sound weird, but I think that there was a strength to her that scared people. Because she never, even in this movie and all the movies, she never came across as a damsel in distress.
No.
She has an innate strength to her character that comes out in her characters, and she's never a pushover. She's a very strong actor, and I think it's a tragedy that she didn't have a great career.
I agree.
If you're listening, Catherine, we're huge fans.
Yeah, we're big fans. Norman Snow was cast as Zer
in the Rodan Armada.
Yeah. I mean, because the best thing to do is to get a whole entire race to come behind you that's not your own race, because that'll go well.
And my God, he looked like James Woods with a big forehead.
Oh, God. He did. He looked like a very young James Woods. It was weird.
Anguiline? Is that the word?
Aquiline.
Aquiline?
Aquiline. With Aquiline. Clancy Brown. When Clancy Brown was really young, I think that he looked like Norman Snow.
A little bit.
Maybe I could see them being related.
Sure.
Anyway. It's just there was a couple shots where I was like, wow, he kind of looks like Clancy Brown.
He was a very handsome dude underneath all that horrible makeup.
He was.
Because he was not handsome in the movie.
Awful hair.
Whoever made the choice to make the aliens have male pattern baldness.
So bad. Even the poor women. It was like, come on.
Well, you knew there wasn't going to be... Hey, at least Mags didn't have any competition from the alien ladies.
Exactly.
I like my girls with hair.
Snow was accepted into the inaugural class of the Juilliard School in 1968 and later became founding member of John Houseman's The Acting Company.
That's why he didn't care about success, because he was an artist.
Yeah. Number one, I didn't realize that they didn't have a Juilliard School for acting until 1968. Like, that blows my mind.
Oh, that seems about right.
I feel like it should have been like 20 or 30 years before that.
Yeah.
I mean, because the music school had been around since the early 1900s.
Oh, the Music Academy.
Yeah. But it was, anyway, it was just surprising to me that I was like, 1968. And of course, John Houseman's amazing.
Oh, yeah. The Paper Chase.
Yeah, amazing actor.
John Houseman. Well, he looks like a bulldog.
Yeah. As a member of the acting company, Snow performed lead roles in classical plays in New York City and on tour in America and England.
He definitely has that theatrical bent.
Yeah.
Which always lends itself to these types of villains. It's always a plus rather than a minus, because you could really get your Shakespeare. And it makes for a much more entertaining villain.
It's huge and epic. And Snow did what a lot of theater actors did in New York at the time. He appeared in a ton of soap operas.
Yes.
Including Guiding Light, As the World Turns, 25 episodes of General Hospital, and 16 episodes of Days of Our Lives. His feature film debut was in The Europeans in 1979, a period piece from Merchant Ivory.
Oh, man. You remember when Merchant Ivory was just the
huge.
Yeah, but they were also the prestige.
Yeah.
You know?
I always knew that when those movies came on, I would change the channel.
Yes, so those boring period pieces.
As soon as I saw the Merchant Ivory logo, I was like, oh, not doing that.
It's going to be another upstairs-downstairs situation.
It's going to be set in the 1800s. Yes. Someone's going to be wearing a corset.
There's going to be a butler and a rich lady that's going to fall in love.
He then appeared in Rollover in 1981 from Alan J. Pakula?
Sure.
Pakula? Anyway.
It's
Pakula. Alan J.
Or
Pakula.
Pakula, actually.
Pakula, I think you're right. That's why I was trying to get you to say it right, because I couldn't remember how it was.
Wanted to watch you struggle.
He then appeared in Rollover in 1981 from Alan J. Pakula, starring Chris Christopherson and Jane Fonda. Chris Christopherson got nominated for a Razzie Award for his performance in the movie.
Chris Christopherson's another one where they did not know what to do with him.
No. In 1986, Snow would appear in Manhunter, the first adaptation of the Thomas Harris novel Red Dragon, directed by Michael Mann.
My favorite of all of the Thomas Harris adaptations. I love that movie so much. I think Brian Cox is amazing as Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
And it's just such a cool 80s. It's very Miami Vice.
Yeah.
And the guy, we've talked about him a ton of times. He was the villain in Tom Noonan. Tom Noonan as, I was going to say Sweet Tooth, but no, that's Twisted Metal. The Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
He is so good.
So good. Yeah, everybody. William Peterson's really good in it. Like, everybody. It's just a fantastically good movie.
What are you saying?
Yeah, he played an FBI. He just played an FBI. Snow played an FBI agent named Springfield. I don't remember.
If you've not seen Manhunter, which is
Red Dragon. And
it's such a better adaptation than
very much better than
Brett
Red Dragon with Ralph Fiennes. And
Ralph Fiennes was good. But
it just wasn't
But it was movie. Thin, and it's Brett Ratner. And
this and Manhunter and Silence of the Lambs are two of the best adapted movies ever.
Sure.
Yeah,
100%.
While Snow did a lot of TV after that, he wouldn't appear in another feature film until 2001 with Moonbeams, acting next to his wife, who was also a founding member of the acting company.
What was Moonbeam about?
Kids. It was about kids, and that's about all I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't look very good.
Well, it's title stupid.
Snow retired in 2012 and passed away on November 22nd, 2022 at the age of 72.
Wow, way too young.
Yeah. K.E. Cuter was cast as Ambassador Endurin.
Cuter.
The head of the Rylands, I guess.
Yes.
Cuter started acting on TV, mostly playing heavies in guest roles. That all changed in 1964 when he was cast in Petticoat Junction.
Yes, I totally remember him from that. Before that, he was playing like Nazis and stuff.
Yeah, he had a big beard, and he was always like essentially the bad guy.
Yeah.
He appeared in 17 episodes of Petticoat Junction, but his character also appeared in Green Acres, as did a lot of the characters from Petticoat Junction.
Oh, yeah.
He would appear in 25 episodes of Green Acres, and everyone then knew him as a sitcom actor.
Yes, he's not a heavy no more.
Some of Cuter's guest appearances on television include
The Rifleman, Bonanza, Perry Mason, Gunsmoke, Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, Star Trek, The Next Generation, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, ER, Charmed, The Outer Limits, Seinfeld as a Latvian Orthodox priest who helps George convert, The X-Files episode The Calusari as the head Calusari, Boy Meets World, and Frasier as a vagrant who requests a kiss from Martin Crane.
Nice. He had been really old when he was in Frasier. Yes. But I just distinctly remember him from Seinfeld and convincing George that, changing to Latin or Latvian Orthodoxy Latvian Orthodoxy was the way to go.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
It was such a great episode. In his later career, Cuter would start providing voiceover for video games, including The Curse of Monkey Island and Grim Fandango.
Ooh, ILM games.
Yeah. Sadly, Cuter died on November 12th, 2003 from pulmonary complications in Burbank at the age of 78.
Not too cuter anymore.
Yeah, which means that if he was 78 in 2003, that would mean that when he played this part, he was like in his late 40s.
Good Lord.
Anyway,
Good Lord.
He was my age. Yay!
He had a lot of makeup on. Maybe he looked young.
And it was the hair, the awful haircuts. Again, the awful haircuts.
Yeah, they all look like middle-aged dudes.
They all look like they were way older than they should have been.
I was waiting for the kids to come out.
That would have been great. Barbara Boston was cast as Jane Rogan, Alex's mom.
Ooh.
Boston moved to New York after high school and worked as a secretary at the American Conservatory Theater and as a Playboy bunny while taking acting classes.
At the Playboy Club, not in the magazine.
She was Playboy bunny. Right.
But they would they'd wear those little outfits with the little tail in the back and the ears.
Yeah, they'd serve drinks.
Serve drinks, very specific way you had to do everything at the Playboy Club. I remember seeing her at a very early age. She's, strangely enough, another one I had a talent crush on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, mostly because of Hill Street Blues, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Her first credited role was on the TV show Mannix in 1968. That was quickly followed by appearances in Emergency, Ironside, and Macmillan and Wife.
Ooh, Ironside. That was, Raymond Burr in a wheelchair.
No, yeah, that's right.
That's why it's Ironside, because the sides were iron.
Right, the
wheelchair was
wheels
heavy.
were made of iron.
It was too
The
hard.
wheelchair was heavy because of the iron, not because he was fat.
Both. I couldn't push myself.
She was a member of the improvisation group The Committee, appearing in the comedy series The Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour from 68 to 69.
One of the greatest, most subversive comedy shows ever on TV.
And they also appeared in the comedy film Where It's At, released in 1969, who the only actor I recognized was Don Rickles.
Yeah, I remember seeing Where It's At. I can't tell you what it's about.
It's like a weird sex comedy.
I watched because of It's a Mad World. Yeah. I watched so many like 50s, 60s comedies with Phil Silvers and all those people. Right. I love those guys.
In 1970, Boston married writer-producer Stephen Bochco, who created several of the series in which she starred.
It was smart of her, because she got to work for the rest of her life.
The couple had 2 children before divorcing in 1997.
No.
In 1978, she was a regular cast member in the short-lived detective drama series Richie Brockelman, Private Eye, appearing in 5 episodes.
Richie Brockelman, Private Eye. Richie Brockelman started as a spin-off show of The Rockford Files.
There you go. That's right.
I remember. That sounds right. And it starred... that dude that directed all the Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember his name.
He was in the latest...
Yeah, we've talked about him before.
A bunch of times. But yeah, he was Richie Brockelman.
Richie Brockelman, Private Eye. That's so bad.
It's a great title, though.
Also in 1978, she appeared in Capricorn 1, directed by Peter Hyams, starring Elliot Gould, James Garner, Sam Waterston, and O.J. Simpson.
Love that movie. It's about it's not faking the moon landing. I think it's faking a Mars landing. OJ is an astronaut.
Yeah.
I had a huge talent crush on O.J. Simpson, too. Boy, did I go wrong with that one.
In 1981, Boston was cast as Faye Ferrillo in Hill Street Blues, appearing in 103 episodes.
Just be careful out there. That was the bald guy always said.
Starting in 81 with the first season, she was nominated for 5 Primetime Emmys in a row. But she lost every year.
She's like Susan Lucci.
Yeah.
She's the cop version of Susan Lucci.
She then appeared in all 42 episodes of Hooperman from 1987 to 1989, starring John Ritter.
You know, I don't think I watched that show.
They were trying to do... John Ritter's another one of those. As soon as he left Three's Company, nobody really was sure what to do with him.
He was so talented.
He's so good.
So good. Did you ever see... There are these clips on YouTube of Robin Williams and he doing improvising together,
where he brings him up on stage.
Oh,
yeah,
God, they get so sweaty. It's like,
so
Jesus,
weird.
Man. They're probably both coked up. But he, oh my God, I watched this clip. I'm sorry for the speed bump, but I watched this clip from Three's Company, and it was this episode where Janet has to take Jack to this party, but he took all these painkillers or muscle relaxants or something and drank, and he does this dance routine that is so hilarious. And the thing that I remember the most, and you probably remember this too, is he's dancing on the table and he falls off. And then he comes up and he's got the plant on his head.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got the shaker.
Yeah.
It is such a crazy performance.
He was so brilliant.
Oh, and such a great physical comedian.
Yeah.
And just all around great guy. He in his turn in Sling Blade.
Yeah.
He was just like John Candy, he was just getting interesting again. His career was really taking a turn before he died.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
Yeah. She would then follow that up with appearing in all 41 episodes of Murder 1 from 95 to 97, gaining another Primetime Emmy nomination, but losing again.
That was a good show. That was like they did a different case every...
Yeah. I didn't really watch it. I don't think I ever watched it.
It was that bald guy that everybody loved.
She didn't work much after she divorced Stephen Bochco, and sadly she died in Los Angeles on February 18th, 2023 at the age of 83.
Oh,
yeah.
She's like my mom's age. Yeah, I wonder if Bochco blackballed her.
I mean, it's possible, but she didn't. She only had like maybe 5 credits after Murder One.
She was great. She was such a mom. She did such a good job.
It was really creepy how much she looked like Catherine Mary Stewart, and I was like, oh wow, Alex, really going after somebody that looks like mom, huh?
Dating your mom. What was really weird is they kept talking about the dad, but the dad wasn't in the movie.
They had one picture of the dad. I'm assuming the dad either was dead or...
He was a trucker?
He went out to get some smokes and never came back.
They never talk... They talk about the dad like the dad is there.
Yeah.
But there's never the dad.
But he's never in the movie, yeah. It's weird.
This is one of the mysteries we need to solve.
Yeah. Chris Hebert was cast as Lewis Rogan, the younger brother.
What the shit?
So good. Hebert started acting when he begged his mom to let him audition for a local theater's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. His mother, assuming he wouldn't get the part and that would get the acting bug out of his system, finally relented.
Oh, man.
She sounds like a winner.
You know what's really funny is my mom was an actor. And so when I was a little kid, she was like, hey, you should act. And she got me to audition at the Patio Playhouse. And I got parts. And I was like, let's go to Hollywood. I want to be a child actor.
Wow.
And she said, no.
Yeah.
You're going to have a childhood. We're not going to ruin your childhood.
Wow. So, of course, Hebert landed the part, which led to more parts and finding an agent before the end of the summer.
Nice.
Very fast-moving career he was having.
Well, kids, you got to get them quick before they grow up.
Yeah, and if they're good, it's like, all right, let's get them in something.
Got to get them in a bunch of crap before they hit the awkward years.
Hebert appeared on The Young and the Restless and 2 episodes of Family Ties, playing a young Alex.
Yeah.
So he actually played the young version of Michael J. Fox.
I remember that.
The Last Starfighter would be Hebert's feature film debut. This would lead to him getting more TV parts, including...
St. Elsewhere, Tales from the Dark Side, Otherworld, Airwolf, The Twilight Zone, The New Leave It to Beaver, Small Wonder, Murder, She Wrote, and Hooperman.
In 1985, he would appear in the TV miniseries Robert Kennedy and His Times as Robert Kennedy Jr.
Ugh.
This is 2 actors in this movie that have played Kennedys.
Yeah, but isn't this the Kennedy that is running the
This is currently
CDC right now?
Currently the Secretary of Health and Human Resources or whatever. Yeah. Yes.
Like this.
He played Robert Kennedy Jr. Yeah.
He sounded like this back when he was...
No, he didn't sound like that when he was little. Sadly.
Chris Hebert was great. He was my favorite kind of kid actor because he looked and sounded and acted like a kid.
Yeah.
He wasn't some precocious, adult in a child's thing.
Not,
he was
not the weirdo from River's Edge.
Yes.
The kid that looks like he's 40.
Yeah, it moved. But he was my favorite kind of kid actor who was very real. Just seemed like a kid.
Yeah, he was like coming of age. Like he obviously idolized his older brother. Like he was way into the fact that his older brother was really good at video games.
And it was also great that he wasn't a little prick and that they had a good relationship.
Yeah.
And the whole bits with he and Beta were really funny.
Yeah.
Like, go to bed, Alex, or go to bed, Lewis.
Yeah. I'm going to tell Mom about your Playboy collection.
Yeah, he's a little perv.
He was.
He was an enigma, though. He was a man of contradictions because he didn't like kissing. That was diarrhea.
That was diarrhea.
But he sure liked naked ladies. That wasn't diarrhea.
Maybe he was jealous. Maybe because he had a thing for mags.
Well, maybe. See, this is the thing. I was going to say, well, maybe he's just a voyeur. But, I mean, he was voyeuring his brother and girlfriend.
Yeah, and it was diarrhea.
And that was diarrhea. So he's a very complicated young man.
During high school, the parts would start to dry up for Hebert. This was partly due to some family issues at home. My guessing is that it had something to do with his mother. He would attend USC and find that he appreciated film theory more than the technical aspects of filmmaking.
Okay.
After college being broke, he tried to get back into acting and ended up taking a job as a substitute teacher to make ends meet.
Sounds like a beginning of a sitcom.
He now teaches at Fullerton High School and during the summer teaches film theory at Troy High School for history of motion pictures.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Way to pivot and make a career and be
51
happy.
And he's working and changing kids' lives.
He looks great, too. I saw a picture of him.
Some cameos in Blink or You'll Miss Them actors include Britt Leach, the man who was hit by lightning 6 67 times in The Great Outdoors. He plays a member of the trailer park.
You also remember him from Weird Science as Wyatt's
Wyatt's
dad.
Wyatt's dad, that's right.
He's Wyatt, he's our son. I don't know what you're talking about.
Get out of here with that. Yeah. Cameron Dye and Will Wheaton both appear in the movie, but they're mostly cut out of the film. All their dialogue was. You can see them in a couple scenes.
Yeah. I was surprised. To this day, I didn't know that Will Wheaton was in that movie, and I must have seen it 20 times.
Yeah, I didn't either. So The Last Starfighter was shot in 38 days, mostly night shoots in Canyon Country, up near Santa Clarita, north of Los Angeles.
Where we shot a big portion of Carbuncle was in Canyon Country.
Yeah.
The trailer park scenes were all.
Yeah, we've worked on a few things up there. It was one of the earliest films to make extensive use of computer graphics for its special effects. In place of physical models, 3D rendered models were used to depict spaceships and many other objects.
Yeah, I mean, look, they did their best.
Yeah. The Gunstar and other spaceships were designed by artist Ron Cobb, who also worked on Dark Star, Alien, Star Wars, and Conan the Barbarian.
Conan!
All the flying cars in Conan.
Yes.
The Star car that Centauri drives is based on a DeLorean, including its gull-wing doors and its stainless steel construction.
I love that car.
It's so cool.
It's super cool when the wheels turned in and turned into a spaceship.
Yeah. The Star car landing on Rylos was the first feature film to use motion blur on CGI.
Cool.
Yeah. It was also one of the first to feature a complete CGI scene in a feature film. I think they ended up being like 27 minutes of like CGI shots in this.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Like, because Tron was a combination of CG, matte painting, and...
Yeah. There were a few scenes in Tron that were fully CG.
Right.
But they were very short.
Right.
And it was like to establish, because they couldn't put the actors in the scenes
They were the
themselves.
establishing shots of like the maze and...
Or the weird landscape and all that stuff. Yeah. A great number of the scenes with the beta unit were shot after main filming was complete because the test audience liked the comic relief of the beta unit scenes, and director Nick Castle decided they added more originality to the
boy gets to go to outer space
story. This is why in many of the beta unit scenes, Lance Guest is wearing a wig. He had cut his hair by the time those new scenes were shot.
Good God. Actually, it kind of works as a robot because he looks kind of fake, but that wig was so bad.
So bad.
So bad. And the best is when they're all in the back of the pickup truck and everybody's hair is like floop, flap, floop, flap, floop, flap, flap. And he's just kind of like flippity, flippity,
flippity. Yeah, it so doesn't move at all. But I agree. It makes it look more like he's not real.
Right.
And to me, it worked.
Same.
Yeah. Computer graphics for the film were rendered by Digital Productions on a Cray XMP supercomputer. The company created 27 minutes of effects for the film. This was considered an enormous amount of computer-generated imagery at the time.
It had almost 100 megabytes of ROM.
Yeah.
It had a storage of 300 megabytes.
For the 300 scenes containing computer graphics in the film, each frame of the animation contained an average of 250,000 polygons and had a resolution of 3,000 by 5,000 36-bit pixels.
Ooh!
Which is... It's like a billion times that now.
I know. Well, it's photorealistic now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, it's really funny. The biggest problem, I think, and... Because the ships look fine... And all that stuff looked fine.
This car looked fine.
Car looked good. The biggest problem, and I think where they should have probably used matte paintings, was with the terrain. The terrain was just so...
It looked like melting ice cream.
Polygonal.
It was weird.
It was like the worst non-rendered,
Nick Castle has, on the... commentary for the movie, he was like, it's the one thing I wish we could have done better.
Yeah.
Was the terrain. It just didn't look good.
It's the one thing that gives it away. It's the one thing that keeps it from being groundbreaking. It just kind of, it looks like you're in a video game.
Yeah. Yeah. Digital Productions estimated that using computer animation required only half the time and between a third to half of the cost of traditional special effects. The result was a budget of $14 million for the film. The movie would end up making almost $30 million at the box office. Reviews were mixed. Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 2.5 out of 4 stars. While the actors were good, particularly Preston O'Herlihy, Ebert wrote The Last Starfighter was...
not a terrifically original movie.
But it was nonetheless...
well made.
Yeah. I mean, he liked it, but he just wanted to be picky.
Yeah, but look, I think he's right. It wasn't... Well, first of all, it was kind of original because I've never seen a video game go to space movie. I mean, I guess, there's all these wish fulfillment movies. But in terms of, I thought it was very original.
The problem is that this is coming 5 or 6, 7 years after Star Wars. And Star Wars was literally the kid going to space and saving the universe.
Well, it's also coming out the same year as Return of the Jedi, right?
The year after, yeah.
83 was Return of the Jedi?
83 was Return of the Jedi.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Star Wars is still king.
It's yeah. But, and the thing is, again, in the commentaries, Nick Castle talks about how he's like, when directing this movie, it was like, no matter where you go, it's like, I want to do it this way. It's like, well, George Lucas already did that.
Right.
And then he was like, well, I'm going to go this way. And it's like, well, Steven Spielberg already did that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you have to find this area where these two guys haven't covered everying and try to make it original.
It's like that awesome South Park episode where Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
Simpsons did it.
But the fact is that Nick Castle was smart enough to know that some of that stuff was going to be compared.
Yeah.
And so, but he pushed forward, doing the best he could, knowing that people were going to compare it to Star Wars.
Only because it's a young kid thrust into heroics.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not a whiny little bitch boy like,
I have to go to the Tasha station.
Get confused with me. No, he's a good kid. He's not.
He's a great kid.
The difference between them is he's not looking for necessarily adventure. He just wants to get out of the trailer park and go to school and expand his worldview.
He is a reluctant hero.
Yes,
and I love Luke Skywalker. But he was not.
No.
He was just a whiny kid that somehow was thrust into stardom.
Yes. He had a very persuasive mentor.
Yeah, and he had it in his bones. Like he was the son of Darth Vader. Spoilers.
Use the Force, Luke.
Yeah. I mean, it's like this is because you bringing up yesterday when we were watching, talking about how he didn't want to go.
Yeah.
He was like, I saw everything. I'm good. I'm going to go home. Like that makes his character so much more interesting.
Yes.
And so much better.
And believable.
Because
and relatable.
But he knows that he's going to have to do something because that's just who he is.
And also the fact that Robert Preston isn't Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's a flim-flam man.
Yeah.
He's just in it for the
money.
money.
He just wanted the money.
But then he also cares about the kid. And when he comes back
at
the end, we're all happy that he didn't die.
He can't not care about Alex because Alex is one of those people that you know he's going to help you. You just want to help him.
He literally saved the universe.
Yeah.
He and Grieg.
Oh, Grieg. Colin Greenwood reviewed The Last Starfighter for Imagine magazine and stated that,
apart from a mildly amusing little subplot with the android replica left on Earth to conceal his absence, Alex's adventure is strictly the movie of the video game, simple as can be, and pitched at a pre-teen audience who can believe Alex and Grieg blasting 100 alien ships and escaping without a scratch.
Yeah, he's right. It is the movie of the video game. Yeah. So judge it based on that, and not on what you want it to be.
Asshole, it's called The Last Starfighter.
It's literally like you're essentially saying, well, this movie isn't as good. It's not what I wanted it, so I don't like it.
I didn't like The Last of the Mohicans because I thought there should have been a lot of Mohicans in it. What a dick.
I liked Conan the Barbarian, but could they have done it without Conan? I mean, is that,
And all the barbarians.
It's like, come on, man. This is why film critics, and this is why I generally liked Ebert and Siskel and Ebert, because they would at least judge it based on what it was.
Any film critic who reviews the movie that he wanted to see rather than the movie that he saw is a hack.
Exactly. Hollowell's film guide described the film as
a surprisingly pleasant variation on the Star Wars boom, with sharp and witty performances from two reliable character actors and some elegant gadgetry to offset the teenage mooning.
I think by this point, after seeing 3 Star Wars movies and all of the numerous ripoffs and imitations, that this is more original.
It's refreshing.
Exactly.
I remember seeing this in the theater and saying, I probably didn't say this was refreshing, because I would have gotten beat up.
Refreshing.
What a palate cleanser this is. But I remember seeing it and really, first of all, really connecting with Lance Guest.
Yeah.
And as a kid who loved video games and saw this and thought, good Lord, this would be the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah. This influenced my writing so much. I did not realize how much, but I love the plot line of someone being thrust into greatness.
Yes.
Like being a good person and then being forced to do that good to help save people.
And then being forced to do it, saying no.
Yeah.
And then realizing the cost of saying no and then saying yes. That's what a real hero is.
Doing the right thing anyway. Yeah. And this movie is so good at this. It's just I really think that this movie has gotten very short thrift.
I agree. I think it's, like I said, I think it is a ignored Gen X classic, and I think it belongs in the pantheon of Ghostbusters and not necessarily Star Wars, but good sci-fi comedy adventure movies. The movie's an hour 40 minutes. It flies by. Oh yeah.
The movie just starts and goes, and like the characters you connect with them.
You never get bored.
No, it is a really well done movie.
Yeah. The only thing that's a bit of a drag watching it now is the CG. But look, if you go into it and you suspend your disbelief and you realize that for the time it was extremely groundbreaking and unlike anything we had seen, and you're going to really enjoy it.
My only real complaint with the CG is when they blow stuff up.
Yeah.
Like, it becomes really obvious that it's like, oh, you did not have the ability to break that into little pieces. And, like, it's just like, pew! And then it... Pew,
but to be fair, most explosions were like that back then. Not everybody blew stuff up like Star Wars.
No, I know. And I mean, even technically Star Wars at first didn't really blow stuff up like Star Wars.
Yeah, well, they did. I mean, they blew those models up. Yeah,
but I mean, like, he added in later with blowing up the... Anyway,
yes, he added the big.
He added in more stuff later,
he didn't need to.
I know he didn't need to, but the fact is that regardless, it doesn't matter. It is still an entertaining movie.
King Kong, the original, is still a really entertaining movie, even though the stop motion is laughable.
Yeah. It's goofy and weird, but it's still a great movie.
But groundbreaking at the time, unlike anything people have seen. There are baby steps. There are certain things that lead to the Avengers or lead to whatever, for better or worse, the complete CGI-ification of film.
Right.
This is the granddaddy.
Unfortunately, not a lot of companies involved really thought it was going to work. Galoob created prototype action figures for the movie, but they were never produced because retailers didn't believe the movie would be successful.
Jerks. I just got to say, I love the name Galoob.
Galoob.
Such a cool toy company name.
The figures included Alex Rogan in a trailer park and Starfighter outfits, Maggie Gordon, Centauri, Grig, Zur, Krill, Kodan, the tentacled Starfighter who almost kills Alex, the two Zandozans, and Endurin.
Nice.
The Zandozans were the ugliest things I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. No.
That was the Kodan. The Zandozans were the hunters that come down onto the planet.
Oh, with the weird eyes.
And then the mouth that is above their eyes.
Yeah.
So weird.
They kind of looked like sloths.
From Goonies. Yeah.
Hey, you guys!
They based Sloth on the Zandozans, Actually, these two movies are connected.
Yeah.
Sloth is what they considered to be an ugly Zandozan.
Yeah. And
so they stuck him on the Earth.
Right before they shoot you, they're like, hey, you guys!
So all of these were planned to be released in 2-figure packs. Ultimately, the movie was a modest success, but by then it was too late to produce the toys.
They would have done fine.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, my God, they released Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid sequel toys.
Atari produced games for its 5200 Super System and 400 and 800 series home computers as a tie-in with this movie, but they never went past the prototype phase, although copies do survive.
Really?
Yeah. The game was nothing like the arcade machine Alex Rogan played in the movie. The technology did not exist at the time to produce real-time 3D polygonal graphics on a home machine.
No.
Yeah. This is why it's eventually the PS1 and the PS2, which was like 25 years later. Rumor also has it that Atari produced one prototype Last Starfighter arcade machine, but it has since been lost.
Oh.
It's out there somewhere. This is all despite the end credits promising a real The Last Starfighter arcade game.
We were so let down.
The game was abandoned once Atari representatives saw the film in post-production and decided it was not going to be a financial success. Dicks. Which the funny thing is that apparently it was. Do you remember the original Star Wars stand-up arcade game?
Oh yeah,
where you like flew through and all that stuff. It had that same controller.
Oh nice,
setup. Yeah, the two sides. Yeah,
like a flight
on a
stick.
Box and the side. Yeah, which is funny because when my brother was taking taekwondo at the YMCA when I was growing up, they had one Star Wars arcade machine, and I would pump that thing full of quarters while my brother was learning taekwondo.
Nice. You were learning TIE Fighter.
I was. A musical adaptation was first produced at the Storm Theater off Broadway in New York City in October 2004.
Really?
Because if there was anything that needed a musical adaptation, it was The Last Starfighter.
Oh, good Christ, dude. They've made a musical adaptation of everything.
Yeah.
Even The Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead musical adaptation is really fun.
I know, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's
I know. But it's just
inevitably,
it's the Last Starfighter. It just does not... I would not watch this movie and go, this needs to be a musical.
Well, I wouldn't watch The Evil Dead say that either.
Well, that's where genius comes from, I guess. In 2009, it was announced that a long-awaited sequel titled Starfighter was going into production.
Ooh.
The movie would take place 25 years after the original 1984 movie, with Norman Snow confirmed to return as Zur.
Nice.
Ultimately, the sequel was never made.
What?
This may have followed a grown-up Lewis Rogan who misses his brother and is brought to Rylos to become a starfighter, or it may have involved Alex and Maggie's Rylos-born son or daughter, who sets out to settle a score with Zur when Alex is killed during a Kodan attack.
It would be great if they did a sequel but used the same level of special effects.
That would be hilarious. We spent $4 on the special effects.
My nephew, who's 8, created them.
There's a guy, and his name, I didn't go deep into it because the script was getting long, but there was a guy, I think his name's Dan Witta or something, but I think he owns the rights to the stuff now. Okay. Like, he was a big fan that somehow got a hold. He's been trying to develop a sequel to the movie for like 25 years.
Oh, wow.
I mean, or 15 years, since this 2009 thing came out. And supposedly, in 2023, he released a bunch of stuff of like CG effects for the movie.
Like tests?
Yeah. And
test footage?
Yeah, test footage. And nothing has come of it since. So who knows?
Look, it's ripe for a remake. It would be a great remake.
Yeah.
At this point. You didn't even need just to have some console game gets have it be like they did with the Jumanji, like have it be a video game rather than a console game rather than like a board game. And whoever gets the highest score on like the tournament or whatever, I mean, you could totally do it. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate seeing a sequel.
I think it would be super fun. I love this movie.
As long as they keep it grounded, because this movie lives and dies on its characters.
Yeah.
And they had such good characters. And even like the weird jerks, friends of his, they were still nice. You know what I mean? It's like there was no villain.
He literally took the guy's truck
and destroyed it.
And he just goes, "Hey, where is my truck?
Where's my truck?"
It's like, just don't scratch it. Yeah, it's like, well, okay. I mean, that's what I love about this movie is that there's technically no of the main characters. The bad guys are the bad guys.
Right.
And the good guys are the good guys. Yeah. And everyone else is good. It's like you've got the bad guys and the good guys. But like I love the fact that they don't have to be dicks. They don't have to be like, learn to be likable. It's like everyone's just a good person.
But they also have normal, typical teenage stuff. Like, hey, Alex, you should come with us and hang out. Or Alex,
go down to the lake and we can all make out.
Exactly. The robots don't like it.
Yeah, robots apparently don't understand sexual tension at all.
She stuck her tongue in my ear. What was I supposed to do? But again, like you said, Lance Guest playing dual roles. He was great.
He was great.
Catherine Mary Stewart was great. Robert Preston was amazing. Dan O'Hurley, he was amazing. It's one of those gems that gets forgotten, and it needs to be remembered because it is a perfect little movie, I think.
It is so good.
Yeah.
I even forgiving the really now awful special effects, like it works for the time.
Yes.
And it's good. I mean the whole sequence when they tease the death blossom and then it finally happens, it is so cool.
It really is. And then the fact that it's like, oh, now we've used everything up.
Yeah.
And we made it had good tension, it had good battles, it had a good message. It just really hit all the boxes, at least for me.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies that I loved as a kid and am really happy that it still stands up today.
It's really amazing to me that this movie could get made and the writer and director both produced Theodore Rex and Mr. Wrong.
Yeah.
Like, really, kind of peaked in 1984.
Well, yeah.
But this movie just hits on all cylinders. It is so good. It is so much fun.
It really is.
Unfortunately, we found out yesterday that it's no longer on Disney Plus. It was on for a long time.
It was.
They took it off for whatever stupid reason.
Yeah.
You can rent it. I'm sure you can get a huge 4K. I'm sure they probably did a 40th anniversary of the movie, and it's so worth being in your collection.
And it's also one of those movies that works really well as just a DVD, because it's like I said, I enjoy my 80s movies a little scratchier and not as clean. Again, just like Tron, I would love for you to show this movie to your kids.
Yeah.
And see what they think of it. And see if they can get past the bad CGI and really enjoy the story, because that's really where it is. It's got a good story. It may be a retread, but I also find that a little suspect because I don't remember a ton of stories exactly like this.
No.
I think they're stretching with the Star Wars comparisons. But if you want a sci-fi movie that isn't like the normal stuff that you see, it's got a fun little story that's going to take you to space and back, and with a bunch of characters you're going to enjoy spending time with, this is the movie for you. Find it.
Yes, it is. It's a very fun movie. I think I'm going to have to add it to my collection.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're as we've said, we're building a Gen X Files physical library of the stuff that we covered, and this is going to, right after we get Hot Pursuit, we're going to get the Last Starfighter. Now, it's definitely worth seeing. You're going to love this movie. It's just it's a fun 80s adventure, and you're going to really, really be glad that you watched it.
We'll be back next week. Going to cover...
I'm so excited.
Polar opposite of the Last Starfighter, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
It's going to be so weird. I haven't seen it.
1993.
Since it came out, I haven't seen it.
It is going to be awful.
Come fight Sir and the Kodan Armada. Pew, 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 pew. Robert Preston is a unique individual. Individual? In a ripped from the headlines post-apocalyptic world, an intergalactic prophet attempts to warn humans about the present. Shit.
You were almost there.
I was at the end. In a ripped from the headlines post-apocalyptic world, an intergalactic prophet attempts to warn humans about the present. The present and their about the present.
Yeah. He comes from the future and then goes into the present.
Get it now.
It's also we're going to talk about it as soon as you finish.
Okay, thank you. Oh, hey, look, Miss Newell, why are you going to America? What's her name again?
What are you talking about? What did you say, Miss
Nursall?
I was like, what are you talking about?
Hey, look, Megan Nursall.
Catherine Nursall.
Catherine Nursall. Don't go to America. Hey, stay here in Canada. We need beautiful girls here in the movies.
She moved to London instead of America. Yeah.
Well, that's okay then.
Okay. She was a member of the improv.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, The Facts of Life, already in progress.